Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of HubHype. This time we are in a different setting. We are trying something new. Hopefully you
Which
like
I
it.
like, but it's a little bit uncomfortable. But
It's
let's see
always,
how it's
yeah,
going out, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
It's always uncomfortable when you're trying something new, but we do that all the time. So why not do it for HubHype, right?
true.
So we've been busy. I know the Sprit Spotlight is there somewhere. I really didn't have the time to look into it. Maybe next time I bring something. But I know there's big changes for AO, and which is great for HubSpot because honestly, I don't want to be naming some names out there, but you really have everything in HubSpot. So if you're doing currently things with or working with apps that might be a little too
Mhm.
expensive, I don't know. Right now, HubSpot is bringing very, very, very good features in terms of what you can do with prompting, what you can track. So honestly, we will bring, I make you hear a promise that I'll bring more information about that next time. But honestly, they are really focusing and investing on AEO currently. So yeah, can wait to see
Yeah, and
more.
I think what we already have as a kind of a pre-sneak was so amazing because
Yeah,
we are spending so much money into different tools, different apps. So, and one thing is pricing. The other thing is you just log into your portal in HubSpot and you have everything on a fingertip and you can
yeah.
use it for campaigns, which for me personally is amazing because you do not have to do any data integrations. Everything is there on your fingertips. That's really nice.
Yes. And usually we do audits sometimes, and there's always a part where we look into integrations. Sometimes, companies are integrating some stuff and they just completely forget about
Yeah.
it. And eventually that integration is actually no longer needed because HubSpot eventually has a feature that does
Yeah.
that integration, like enrichment, for instance, and other tools. So take a look at your integrations. Please do that check and audit your current integrations. Some of them you might not need anymore. So you're just syncing data to an app that you don't have to share with them anymore. And also, especially, you're probably paying for something that you don't need. So that's a hit from our side. Look into your integrations and look into the brand new features that HubSpot is providing as well.
True.
So we've been busy, as I said, and recently we had something at a customer, and something like super simple. So it's basically a property like any other. But sometimes I don't know if people are using that a lot, which is the color coding within a property, right?
Yeah, true.
So you have color coding, but then sometimes you think, how am I going to use this and for what? Like,
Yeah.
what's the use case? So we had a specific client. They wanted to have a property to manage event attendance. So they wanted to see out of a specific segment who they invited,
Mhm, mhm.
who is actually a guest, who said, yes, I'm going, or no, I'm not going, who attended, who didn't show up. And basically, we set up that property. And without color coding, that would be really difficult to identify because they really wanted to have a segment. And within that segment, a column where they could immediately
Mhm.
identify with a color who is a guest, who said yes, who said no. And you can do that in a batch. So you can have like the tag completely colored, or you can have a dot. So that's both ways. But sometimes it's overlooked. It's such a simple thing in a property. But if you have like the right use case, you can really use it, and your
Mhm.
sales team or your event team or whatever the use case is can really use it to, in terms of visualization, is much easier. And then that's also a way to have a property that can do such management within an event. It's much easier to report on. So don't sleep on those kind of things because it's simple things, but sometimes, it makes a big difference. And properties have that functionality as well.
Yeah, there's also a nice functionality coming out or is already out. It's the Prospecting Agent Daily Digest.
Mm-hmm.
So I just realized that because an email was sent in my inbox. Because what for me personally was a little bit of not annoying, but it was complicated to go into that. Then the prospecting agent was saying, "Here is something for review," and this simple things really, what you just mentioned with coloring. The other thing with the prospecting agent daily digest is really you're getting the email, you connect on that, and then you're ready to go. I before it took me first, I have to think about that, right? So I have a task. so to say, to do that. Now you're just getting an email and you connect on that. So those simple things. Yeah, exactly. It's a task for me then because I'm living in my inbox. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You can do the same with the buyer intent.
Exactly.
So you can, that's just a click, to set up those weekly gadget or monthly or
Monthly or how I
daily one.
want to do. Yeah.
Another cool update as well, it's recent, is that you can now add scheduling pages to campaigns. Sometimes every now and then they add a new asset type that you can add to campaigns. So, and I feel like they are more and more trying to connect sales to it, because you can do sales emails, sales sequences, and now you can also do scheduling pages, which is something that you often have in a sequence done by sales. And then you can add that, and you can actually see how many meetings were booked based on that campaign. So, it's again a very simple thing, but it helps to integrate marketing and sales within the campaign management.
Yeah. No, true. Absolutely. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Yeah.
Another cool thing is now a new functionality is available. It was available in the Service Hub, which is now creating contacts out of your emails. So whenever you sending an email out of the integration, the contact was not automatically created in HubSpot. Now that is possible, which really gives you, again, a lot of time back, because when you're just sending a new email out of your Outlook, then this contact is automatically created, which I think it's a great feature as well.
Yeah. But sometimes when you're CCing someone or something, those contacts could get created.
Yes,
Right?
exactly. Yes.
Sometimes you might not want that necessarily.
Sure, you always have to think about when you're working, right? So
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, yeah. But I think it's a very cool thing to have as well, and it helps you, and especially with the integration to Outlook. I think that's pretty cool.
Yes, I agree.
Another thing that I saw recently is that and then when I think it's probably like 2 weeks, which is the possibility to restore CRM changes. So
Oh yes, I remember that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That was a
So
nice one.
when you have like a workflow that needs some CRM changes, or you did that in a bulk as well, or through an import, and then you updated some records, you can now take a look at the restore. So you can ask for a restore for a specific workflow or for a specific update or import, and you can preview. And in the preview, you see what was changed, and then you can test it, and then you can run another preview and actually restore all the changes that were made that you probably didn't want
Yeah,
it to happen, and then you can now restore back. And then we would try that, and that's really really cool, because sometimes things happen, and if you have the possibility to see what's actually was
yeah, yeah,
changed
yeah, yeah.
and restore back to what it was.
And I think it's available for 30 days after the change, or how long is it? What was it?
No, I think like the preview is, I was not sure because they were saying actually 24 hours was
Okay.
available,
Okay.
the preview, but you can like ask for as many previews as you
True.
want, and you can see like how many contacts actually were subject to that change and what will happen afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
And a very similar thing happens for segments. It's not a restore capability, but there's a tab where you can actually see the history of the changes. So you
Yeah.
can see how many contacts, what contacts got, when contacts got in or out of the segment, who updated, who made changes within that segment, who when those changes happened. So, and trace back to that when specifically when you have a lot of people working on such
Yeah, yeah,
assets.
yeah.
It's a pretty cool thing.
And I see more and more coming out the historical stuff in HubSpot, because you cannot go back. You have versioning included now, also in the segment. So you see who is actually doing what, and then you can restore it again. So I think it's again, it's a small thing, but it's so important for the business, because shit happens, right? So something can happen, and if you can easily restore that on a previous version, that's really amazing.
It's like
Yeah,
workflows. You can
yeah,
see like the previous version.
exactly.
You can even see like if the workflow was on, you could see what contacts enrolled in specific versions.
Yeah,
And you can see how it looked like before. So maybe someone changed it, but you didn't want that to happen. So it just shows that HubSpot is actually listening to real life
Yeah.
challenges and
True.
problems that happens within
True.
a CRM, and which is great.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Do you have something else that you would
No,
share?
maybe just one thing. So we are so new format, right? So it's a little bit, yeah. But it's nice. But anyway, so we are still working for one customer, bringing close to HubSpot. So we are close to close the project. So, and what is really amazing is what you can nowadays do in HubSpot. So it's so simple to integrate other tools. Like in this specific case, we are using Smart Lead for outbound and also instantly. And there's a trigger. If someone is interested, they are automatically flowing into the segment. Then based on the segment, we are doing a data enrichment with Dealfront. So I'm mentioning a lot of other tools. But what you see is if you have everything in one place, it's easy to do. And I think this customer is saving a lot of time of manual work when we're doing that. And maybe we can do a case study out of it. So to spread it also with the audience.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, like creating, actually using HubSpot together with other tools to
Mhm.
create a system that works in this way. So
Exactly. Yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So new format. Hope you liked it. Next time we'll be
Let's see.
here.
Comments. Welcome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me know what you think. Let me know also output about all of these changes that is happening. HubSpot and all of these product updates. We always like to bring cool updates to you, so if you have as well any update that you would like to share that has been really changing the way you work, please share. And yes, that's
That's
it
it.
for today.
Good.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Bye bye.
See you next time. Bye bye.